Hello and welcome back with another epic game with Linksy. So last night I was doing a multiplayer battle with some of you guys. Let Go and Wardy. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. And let's just get straight into it. We'll explain as things are going along. So we're playing as Masaesyli, myself, Dacia, or Gatae. Dacia. Well, Gatae. They're the same thing. For Let It Go and good old Wardy with the best of the best Macedone over here. And we're fighting against Nabatea. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's faster than I thought. We started on with a pretty much instant sellout. So Masaesyli have the ability to not just sell you out, but they have medium shock cavalry, okay, that you can forward deploy, guerrilla deployment, all right. And look at the damage they're doing: 24 kills, 450 kills. But just keep in mind, I just killed his ballista, I just killed his archers, and I'm doing heavy damage to his archers. I mean, all of his archers are gone, and just about now, this guy resigned from the battle. He left. He just, said, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get out of here. I can't deal with this. Rage quit. This is how you break the people's morale. You shock them. Shock cavalry did the job. I mean, yeah. Eventually, the momentum was lost. We did some damage, and I started to have to pull back. I had a screening force over here to defend from Nabatea for any possible movement from Egypt over here. By the way, we're fighting Nabatea, Egypt, and Permagon over there. Now, this sellout over here did monstrous amounts of damage. I mean, my allies general, just getting in there, wrecking up the kills. You say, it's not that many kills. So 50s, 43, it's not much. Like, how much did he get? He was 63. These are all archers, fully ammo archers. Like, can't even begin to explain the pain this guy must have felt when he saw his army just being melted away. We tried to snipe his general, but we didn't manage. Again, we have light cavalry. I had heavy cavalry. Anyway, when that happened, I just pulled back our troops and we decided to go and attack Egypt. Because Egypt had quite a loose formation, and he had these beautiful guys over here, which are called Greek heavy onagers. If these guys arrive in the end game, you're all dead, right? You're all dead. So Greek onagers, especially the heavy variant, if you manage to get them inside the city walls, inside choke points, you cannot hold choke points against them. They're very good. But he also has very exposed archers, and that's what I'm going for. I'm just gonna go set up over here behind these trees while my ally scares him off a little bit by attacking his siege towers. So that said, there has been a lot of action over here. The Nabatean Nabatean army has been overall wrecked. Now when we go over the other side, so what do we have here? Well, it's a slow methodical push from Permagon. Ooh, I would have loved to throw a couple, like one ball just falls here. You do not group up your units like that. That is nuts. But then again, he was protecting himself. Oh boy, pathfinding issues. All those pathfinding issues. These Cretan archers made it outside the settlement by accident. So, what the Macedonian was tasked with was a very simple task, and it was hold the line. Now, it's a very simple task, very hard to achieve, but sure as hell, he's doing whatever he can. It's very difficult to burn down these siege towers. It costs a lot of ammunition. Normally, it's not a good idea. But since we are facing such a combined force out there, and we had given up so many of our troops. 1 second. So over here, this charge. So let's slow down. Let's pause actually. What did I do? I put my units over here. My ally had charged in the rear, so he had a box formation, right? But he split because he thought, okay, my units are here, my allies are here. My units at this point are getting tired, so are my allies. But, okay, there's always a but. His general is just carrying an X-Men, so, a charge is going to do a lot of damage. and he accidentally left his archers exposed. And well, boys, these guys do not look as if they're gonna stop. Let's do it in slow motion. So yeah, you put your units over here, then you split up one, two. You make a feint with your main force, which is sacrificial, and then you just pincer attack from the sides. These guys have pretty much killed most of the onagers, and now I'm gonna start pulling back soon. My last few remaining riders who have, racked up the kills, 100 kills, yeah, of archers. It's very good for such a cheap unit. I mean, this unit is like 500 gold, like not even. And look at all those arrows. They're falling, most of them, into like. Did you see that? He got hit in the shield, right? That's friendly fire. I still had some, and they're coming around. They're attacking the onager from the rear. Just the good old stuff. I've pulled up out here and I'm recharging back in because he left them exposed once again. Egypt, I am very sorry for you, mate, but you need to bring cavalry. The only way to protect yourself from sally out is cavalry. Ooh, this must have hurt. This must have hurt so much. Just look at their numbers drop, and we've pinged the other one as well. Then my ally just charges in and tries to kill the rest of the onager. Pulls out. Meanwhile, Permagon is like, yo bros, what's up? He lost one of his siege towers over here. He's landing this siege tower, definitely, but it's 75% damage, and this one is burning as well. So what did Macedone bring? Well, Macedone brought Taurus swordsmen, foot companions, more Taurus, some hoplites here and there, Cretan archers, and normal archers. What did I think they're Dacia, but there might be also Gatae. I'm not entirely sure. They have the same symbol. They're essentially the same, just different time periods. Armored spears, noble swords, more armored spears, Dacian bows over here. Fantastic archers. I really like them. They don't do as much damage as Cretan archers and so, but their range and their versatility, their speed, it's fantastic. I believe they're also guerrilla deployment. No, resistant to fatigue. Yeah, they can run forever. And what do I bring? Well, I have Desert Cohort, my babes. Legionaries, Desert Legionaries. I have more Desert Cohort over here. I have some armored Numidian Spearmen. I have some Tribal Slingers. And hello. Yep. We're gonna get some good stuff when you see that. So yeah, what does Egypt do? Well, he breaks through the gates. And after he lost almost everything over here. I mean, he lost the entire onager. Only 4 is left. His archers, which were full ammo, are now basically 1 unit. And, well, he still has his slingers, but they're slingers. His pikemen, I mean, these guys did not lose much, but the battle is by no means over. We just dealt a heavy, heavy blow to them. We fought outside the settlement. Now, this is interesting, okay? Permagon, we were thinking was not that good. But goddamn Permagon. Goddamn. Permagon's units are insane. These Agamna spears, just out of this world. Like, genuinely, if you get the opportunity to play with Permagon, get a crap ton of Agamna spears. Their stats are out of this world. They should be heavy spear infantry because their armor and melee defense is insanely high. So it's 80 armor. Where is it? Hoplites have 80 armor, and these are considered very heavy. Yes, they have a little bit more melee defense than Permagon's Agamna spears, but these guys have Pila. These are like super souped up, steroids, spinach infused spears, alright? They're like the creme de la creme of spears. They are just absolutely fantastic. They're brilliant, they are good, they know what is up, they do know what's up, and they want it. So, while this is happening, while all that mass is happening, I mean, Macedon, Wardi, my man, Wardi, has broken down the siege towers, they're burning down. He stopped the assault from happening. The only siege tower that didn't burn down is the one who's placed here, but even so, doesn't matter. Torque swords but all the way here. But they're gonna meet my boys, the slingers. Point blank range almost. Okay. And they're gonna shoot. What the hell just happened then? You know. Also, I never realized this in Gara. I don't play Gara that much because I think it's a bit unfair, but in this case it was very even battle. You can put archers on this structure, which is fantastic. So missile units on the structure, you know, doing your last stand here, just fantastic. It gives them a lot of more range and more versatility. So what's happening over here? Well, good old Egypt is decided to push through. And he's pushed through the units. I'm trying to engage with my Desert Legionnaires. I've placed them in specific locations. And at the same time, we have the Rakim Palace Guard. Now, these Rakim Palace Guard, props to them, huh? Fantastic armor, melee defense, everything. They are good. They are very good. My Desert Cohort are holding them down, though. My Desert Cohort is slightly better. More attack than them. And now, at this point, keep in mind as well, Nabatea, which is a fantastic faction. I don't know why he just gave up. He left the battle really early on. I mean, yes, we did rack up a lot of damage. I mean, his archers are very, very heavily damaged, and so is his general. But, really and truly, we lost a lot, because I committed 5 units, alright? 5 entire units in those 2 engagements over there. They're gone. My army is just down to 15 already, and that's just in the first 5 minutes of the battle. And that stuff, you know, it's difficult to, I mean, calculate how much damage you've done. It is a mind game. Over here, we've created a slugfest. Like Dacia decided to completely commit over here, which was fantastic, because, well, Egypt was completely contesting us, and Egypt had very good quality troops, and we would have struggled to contain him if he was in the city, because he would have surrounded us from everywhere, and we would have had to just stay in the city center. No. That said, these noble swords over here, we're gonna keep an eye on them, right? 78 kills right now. These armored spears do so, but noble swords, oh boy. So he also brings in his general and starts rear charging these Thorax swords. I have a Desert Cohort unit here to support these noble swords on this side, who are holding back a horde. I mean, look at all that coming up. And the same here, just so much is coming down on us. These spikes are going to be a pain in the arse, because they will chew through our lines, even though our lines technically are in better formation. But look at good old Permagon. He's just sitting here, sitting quietly. Very good formation. He put lighter units on this side because there's less space for us to maneuver. And these Agenda Spears again, it's the first time I've seen them properly in a game that I was playing. Just a beautiful unit. They have a lot of spears. I feel bad because I was telling my ally, I don't think they have spears. They shouldn't have spears. But they can go in square formation and still use their spears. That is broken, my man. That is broken. That said, oh wow, they're shooting over the wall. Oh, they're wasting their spears. They're shooting over the wall, trying to hit these Thorax swordsmen. Meanwhile, I have my slingers over here just shooting and wrecking these Thorax. And day and life. And now Nabatea is like, oh, open gate. Ooh, must charge. Ooh, must do damage. I was starting to get very damaged with these archers, but yeah, there's not much you can do. Why? Oh, why? How am I being attacked in the rear? Yeah, the AI was just pushing through incessantly, but, you know, it's a fantastic game. Now, for the next 20 or so minutes, you're gonna see a really big grind, but it was tough. We were struggling. We were like, oh, we're falling here, reinforce. Oh, we need more support. So I forgot this is my fault. I forgot I had these 2 units of Desert Cohort over here. I was like, when I realized it's like, oops. But they will come in useful. I still had 2 more in reserve and 2 armored spearmen here, as we said earlier. And these guys, well, they performed less than I hoped. Yeah. They were noble spears. There was also noble armored spears, which are fantastic, you know. You've seen me use them before. They're a great unit for a last stand. But I didn't have enough money because I decided to get the Onager in this case. And you know, the Onager can do lots of deeps. All the deeps. So much deeps. And with that, my allies holding the line. I am assisting with a little bit of Desert Legionnaires who, I mean, they're getting them kills. We've killed a group of Road Torx Swordsmen. Rakim Palace Guard is getting sandwiched, but they are managing to hold their ground. Over here, more Rakim Palace Guard. Yeah, it's just happening. Look at this. At this point, and this is my mistake, right? I should have done something about it. I should have grabbed my onagers, brought them all the way down here, right here, and I should have started shooting to this blob. That's my mistake. Right? My sandals, bro. Where do you get them from, bro? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Glitched up, bro. Where do you get those sandals? I want a pair. So yeah, if I did that, I would have easily melted this entire army. Now my head's like, oh, it's gonna take forever to get there. This spot is a bit glitchy. No, Linksy. You should have gone straight there. You should have done the damage. You should have survived. That's how it's done. That's how it should be done. And yep, well, that said, we're still not in favor of our balance of power, which is fair enough because they have really good high quality units, and in a slog they are gonna win. They have better units than us. They're doing way better. We're running out of ammunition faster, and we're getting slowly picked off bit by bit. Permagon is doing a fantastic job in attacking Macedone, which is an impenetrable wall at this point. They have all these shields, and they have pikemen, and it knows like it has no chance in hell of breaking through by brute force. So it's taking the slow, methodical way of, ooh, these Akemba spears are insane. They're breaking heavy horsemen. They're like, yo bro, what's this? Why is it telling me? Why is it telling me to do these things? I have no idea. Oh well, so. He's bringing back his troops over here. Sorry, I don't know why this was flashing. It's like, oh, it's flashing. Oh, something cool is happening. Ah, no, it's not. Well, the Norwegian archers are getting wrecked. I pulled out my desert cohort so we could try and split these forces up, and then I charged back in. And now my ally has a point-blank range and shooting into these Torx swords. At the same time, there's Rakim Palace Guard and there's Nabatea Torx Pike. Now Nabatea Torx Pike, they're very good. That has 254 kills, that unit of noble swords over there. And one over here is a 200. And these guys 109. Now these guys have been pushed back. They're down to the last 23 men. They've been pushed from outside into the settlement. And slowly these pikes, these horses, these men, they're just, you know, pushing us back. The biggest damage is these Rakim Palace Guard, and this is what really hurt us. They came from top of the walls, and they came down from these staircases, and they've done the damage because they have broken us up. They forced all of our units to be constantly engaged. Now I engage my legionnaires to try and break these Torx, but look at this. They're just pushing through sheer weight. Yeah, they're just going. Oh yeah, I was trying to make a joke there, it didn't work. We finally recaptured the gate over here. Did we? No, they came back. I tried to do a charge, didn't work. Now my ally is like, you know what? Let me bring my cavalry. Oh yeah, we had more cavalry. We had a lot of more cavalry. There is companion cavalry, 2 units of them and 2 units of citizen cav. One of them is the general, yeah, but that's really good cavalry, right? And I'm bringing my desert cohort, and this is gonna be a special thing, along with my general. Now my general is, I've rarely used them, the Noble Cav, because they're a missile unit, right? So you're like, oh, I prefer having one more archer rather than anything else. But these are missile units on cavalry, and they have a special ability, a very good ability, which we shall see very, very soon. So yeah, at this point, my allies' army is thinning out significantly over here. Permagon is sending one unit at a time. He's just sitting up there looking pretty. He's like, oh, what shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? What shall he do? He's pushing forward the battering ram. That's gonna break a hole into our wall. And you shall see fairly. I don't usually suggest battering rams. I suggest you get tortoises. Suggest you break through the walls and charge through the walls, create as many holes. So how is it ideal to attack this place, right? Break this, break that, break this, break here, and break here. So why do you do that? Not here, sorry. Oh my good lord, glitched. Break this, break here, 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 and maybe here or here. All right? Why? Stretch your enemy 10. Stretch them out. Do not even think of just going through one slot. And what happens then? Well, we would not be able to hold this like this. We would have to have one unit here, a couple of units here, maybe some units here, maybe a unit over there. Why is it that bad? No, this does not. I thought for a second, like, ooh, you could come all the way here. Because if you break here, you go up this. You walk down, you come down here. You force us to peel up units to defend. You attack through the gate, and you attack from here, so you flank us. And, you flank us. I'm trying to use my artillery here. Yep, I wasn't managing to hit. I was hitting the wall over here. Which, if I broke the wall, they would have had an additional place to charge in. So it's like, no. After a couple of shots, I was trying to aim into this blob, but I did not manage. It was very difficult to aim manually into that blob. That said, more spears are coming onto the walls, and the gate is being... What is the gate? What's happening to the gate? We have no clue. My allies, spear horsemen, are still outside. They're still waiting for their chance to do some damage. More Thorax swordsmen actually onto the walls here, but there's Hoplites and Thorax swordsmen down here defending. I don't know why it was a good idea to put sharp stone beds there, because usually what they do is they break through this very easily, come all the way, and attack. But hey, in this case, I also saw we had a lot of cavalry, so I did not bring any caltrops or the usual stuff. So I got my Norwegian cav out here. I'm moving these guys here because I thought we'll need them, but at the same time I'm realizing, oh, they're breaking. So yeah, they're breaking. We don't need to do any good old fun. So the Norwegian cavalry is gonna go into something which I really like to call the Circle of Doom. What's the ability called again? Where is it? Parching shot. Fire while moving. I think it's called the... Yeah. Cantabrian Circle. Harder to hit, faster reload. What does Parching shot do? Okay. Parching means they can fire in a circle. They're good that they can fire while they're moving, because now we're doing damage. This charge did so much damage to his units. These cavalry, they're racking up a lot of kills. Now, the one thing I would have changed from this charge, is for future reference for anyone who does charges, is when you cycle charge, you pull out a unit, you charge in 3 seconds, use a 1, 2, 3, you pull it out. So you do click, click, when it hits 1, 2, 3, click, click, pick up another cavalry, charge it in. So what you have is cavalry hitting, maybe a 1 second break, they're getting off the ground, and more cavalry hitting. And that way, you never let them get into formation, and you keep racking up the kills. And it's good. What he did was, he threw his citizen cavalry in first, they get the peel up. So, citizen cavalry, shock cavalry, citizen cavalry, shock cavalry, citizen cavalry, shock cavalry. And keep doing it like that, and it does so much damage. It does so much damage. But now, unfortunately, he's in pike wall formation. He's stacking pikes, which in tournament games is banned apparently. You say it again. I mean, I don't blame him because this is one of the best ways. Entity mass increased. Ooh. Oh my god, that guy, that guy had a spear stuck into his head. And yeah, I mean, he's trying to charge from various locations, and the problem is here. Yep, he's managed to break through, but the pikemen, well, they're pikemen, you know. They're pikes and they do a lot of damage using decisively. Yeah, I mean, the pikes are racking up a lot of kills from that. But at this point, we're broken here, and I should be bringing out reinforcements outside the city walls. On this side, where are they? My poor desert legionnaires. They've paid for themselves. They've done their duty, but now they're starting to waver a bit. They're not doing so well. So is with these armored legionnaires, armored spears. I've decided. Yep, there you go. I sent my 2 desert cohort over here. Now these guys are gonna be heroes. They're gonna fight till the end. Otherwise, I'll kill them later. Um, so yeah, I just keep doing this thing just to scare him off. It was just the limits of my range over here. But I was also running very low on ammunition. The idea, oh, that was a good charge. That was a very good charge before they managed to set up. The problem was that there was that heavy battering ram in the way, which, yeah, it does stand to stop charges, but at the same time, yeah, he got a few good kills. My cavalry is at 64 kills and barely lost anything, so it's doing well. They're out of formation, but those damned pikes, they've been getting so many kills. And, you know, there's nothing we can do unless we have missiles, but we're running out of missile units. Our archers are spent. They have done their duty. And now it's time to go. The general unit for the Nabateans is stuck inside here with all these noble swords, all of these armored legionnaires. Oh, sorry, I keep calling them legionnaires. Armored desert hoplites. There's more cavalry, desert pikemen, thorax swordsmen. And finally, thorax swordsmen have broken through. And they're pushing through inside the settlement. My desert legionnaires are broken over there. Eventually, we start to have to fall back here because they're just pushing through our ranks, file and ranks. But that said, even though they broke us over here, look the amount of dead Dacian bowmen. These guys are like, oh, what do we do? How do we get out of here? So, these heroes are marching outside the settlement. We could have definitely used them in here. You know, that's the first instinct one gets. Use them in here and fight till the death. But, right? What if we surround him? Because this way, he's only fighting on one flank, and his units are heavily blobbed up. Yeah, he's defending his rear, but what can we do to make it easier for us? At the same time, Permagon over here is just, you know, he has a lot of pilas, so he's just putting his units in front of the walls, and he's shooting his pilas into the settlement. Trying his damned best to do as much damage as he can with his pila. Yeah, there you go. And Stum. He's been racking up a lot of kills like that. Not much we can do about it. I'm throwing a few javelins at the thorax swordsmen and the pikemen. Where are they? Where the hell are the pikes? They're still in very good health. But have no fear, my cohort is here. Hey, that's right. Yeah, there. My cohort is there. My desert cohort over here. They're stuck in the fight with these thorax swordsmen. And they'll win the fight outright because they're better units. I got a few good hits here. I started bombarding when I saw that there was the opportunity to do so. And my catapult over there, where is it? Didn't want to waste my ammunition. But I got a good hit or two, but I was missing way too much. The distance was too great. So it wasn't worth the damage I was taking. These thorax swordsmen over here, I was focusing them down with these stingers if they were fighting. I'm not sure. They don't always fight. I think they're just in range. No, I think this is the range of the... Yeah, they start firing soon. And they'll start doing damage to those thorax swordsmen which ran inside the settlement. These guys over here are getting... The spear nobles are getting overwhelmed. They're being attacked from every single side and there's not much they can do. My desert cohort are just like, okay, what do we do now? So, yeah, I mean, these guys are 200 kills right now. Um, they're still in fairly decent condition. They're at half health. But okay, this is what I wanted to show you. So I, boom! Look at that. Look at, oh my god, this guy's like, I'm done. I'm done. So he's protecting himself from the cavalry, but he left his flank wide open. So I'm just chewing through. These guys barely had any kills on them, right? Look how much they're racking up. You don't usually get this lucky with... Oh my good lord. Oh, that feels so good. He realizes he starts pulling his troops around. His general unit is being pulled back in. And yeah, I mean, he's like, oops. I was like, nope. Pull in, pull out, whatever. I ran out of ammunition. I think this is my... Yeah, that was a failed pila throw. And I just engaged. I just charged in before he puts his spikes down. And I've managed to just get that little extra damage on these spikes. They're at half health now. And then Macedone comes in with the rear charge. And this should seal the deal for Egypt. Egypt is going to get wrecked. These poor Thorax swordsmen. Ooh. Enemy routing? What do you mean enemy? Oh, they routed us at the gate. They did, but armored spears are back. He has these, these guys are just hiding. They're like, why did we have to come here? Why? Why? What have we done wrong? My poor desert cohort just defending and fighting for the last in this little corner. And they're just... I don't know what's up with people and box formations, but they're building their own box formations over here. And they're like, ooh, let's form up. Let's try and defend as much as possible. And we're bombarding this area just ever so slightly, doing as much... Wait, how did these guys come into here? Oh, I just realized my men just charged through the gate as well. So we're wrecking up the kills out here. These units are... Yeah, and my catapult's doing crippling damage to them now. Like, getting decent kills, but also it's morale. We need to break their morale. They're very low on morale, they're exhausted. They're, you know, it's not going well for them. Oh, and I forgot this. This building starts collapsing. I was like, okay, okay. To be fair, I should have broken it, because then we could have charged in to support these desert cohort on the inside. Just rear charging the last of the Thorax swordsmen. His pikemen have broken with 31 left, and I'm just trying to break through. Now, the problem with this is that Nabatea still had desert pikemen in here, which we're not breaking at all, and that's bad for us. Well, the armored hoplites are gone pretty much at this point. They're just wavering. He's sending more troops to try and surround my desert cohort, but they are holding. They're just like, nope, we're not moving from here. Just keep fighting. The Macedonian Thorax swords is holding the line. On this side, they decided to go on top of the walls. They're fighting and they're eliminating the Agamna spears. More Agamna spears are moving in. The box is being moved closer and closer to the wall because he neutralized the... That was the entire plan, right? Neutralize the arrow tower and don't let them get a chance to put it back up, so they can get their pila thrown in. And they're charging in their spears into these foot companions, I believe. Yeah, foot companions, a fantastic pike unit. Now, what's left? Well, my units are resting a little bit because they are exhausted. These guys are fresh because of the ability, but that will eventually get out. Yeah, now they're very tired. I'm trying to wait for them to move slightly in, so I don't have that problem of, bringing my general back in. But I'm just waiting for them to move away from the gate so I can just charge in and not lose most of my troops. These Thorax swords are fighting, but they're winning slightly, and I'm losing. 300 kills on this unit who's been surrounded. Like, it's the survivors of the massacre at the gates. These Thorax swords were wrecked. They got 200 kills, so they did very well, but they got wrecked in the end by getting surrounded. These Carian X-Men, the general, is just like, okay, I have to do something. I have to be brave, and they charge into my general. But they don't realize... Well, Where are you going? I want you to go inside the settlement. Ugh, Rome. So I tried to move these guys to get a few extra kills from that. Because if you damage it, it's important to also do as much damage as you can to these fleeing troops, because it affects the morale of the rest of the army. The faster you get army loss penalty inflicted, the better. Now, for me, it was very difficult here to figure out where the dead bodies are, where the living bodies are, and the dead bodies are. I mean, it's just a massacre, right? But I also realized that his units are breaking, so I was like, you know what, charge in, don't let them set up, start killing them as fast as you can, and do the rest of the damage. These guys are 75, but I'm bringing my general in here, and the good thing about this general is it's heavy. It has a lot of armor and it has 40 charge bonus, so it's gonna do a lot of damage. So I'm just gonna charge the side of this Carrion X-Men. I'm trying to get my Legionnaires, giving them, making them fresh, giving them the ability to fight longer, giving them better rhythm, and then I'm rear charging the enemy's general. And that's all she wrote for the Egyptian general. Bring forward my troops, and they're effectively rear charging all of this army. And that rear charge is almost breaking these desert pikemen. Yep, they broke. Without these desert pikemen, there's nothing that can hold this. The general over here is breaking as well. My cohort is like, huzzah! And they're fighting. My men are, just charging through the gates now, pretty much. They're fighting. What are they fighting? Noble swords. They'll carve through them in no time. Some Taurus swordsmen are left. It's not looking good for them. It's not looking good for them at all. And they're killing and they're murdering everyone in a circle around them. And the noble swords are breaking the troops. And yeah, it seems that's that. That's the end of it. The Taurus swordsmen are shattered, and I believe Egypt and Nabatea are done. With the exception of this unit over here, Egypt is very heavily damaged and a very, very bad place. And it's doing all he can to just survive. This is funny. Nabateans and Egyptians are escaping while I'm trying to push my troops in. Yeah. The oils, the oils, the oils, the oils. The oils are hitting us hard. Hitting us hard. Very hard. And they do a lot of damage. But that's done. So, charging in there. Again, I'm not showing you much what's happening here because it's the same thing. It's just Peltas and Gamma Spears just shooting. Ooh, the oil there. They're just shooting and trying to break the foot companions. And they're just cycling their units, doing lots of damage that way. At the end, we end they have almost an unending supply of ammunition, it seems, and they keep using it as needed to damage us as much as they want. From this side, well, I'm just trying to break these units as fast as possible. I'm bringing more troops to the ready, and I'm preparing for a final charge outside the settlement. I'm checking what units left I have. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to use them. I'm thinking of going all the way around, but that's really tiring, and I'm having second thoughts about it because, well, as good as that is, I don't want to also end up without any units. But I noticed that no matter when I shoot in here, I'm gonna do a lot of damage. So I'm bringing forward my catapults, and I'm readying to damage Permagon's units as much as possible. So my units are pulling out. This was such a massacre over here. So many dead. This battle had such epic calf charges in the start, all the way here. I'm not sure what happened to them, but they were stuck here all game. Probably if they came, we would have not been able to hold here because it was just down to the wire defending this gate. Epic charges, counter charges, changing formations, coming outside here, got my units. they're very healthy unit. Oh, healthy. They're half health, pretty much. But they got a lot of damage done. My general is 150 kills. You know, being adventurous with your general is very important. Macedonian general is fine, and the Dacian general is 100 kills. And picked hoplites are now getting under our arrow fire. They're trying to neutralize the gate again, but these Gamma spears should be breaking any moment now. They're being poked with pikes from either side and getting damaged heavily and killed really fast. And that's all she wrote for the game. No, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. We're bringing up everything and we're readying for a final charge at the last stand of Permagonese forces. Now, we're defending the settlement. This guy ended up making a fort and is defending his own troops. This battle, we sallied out. We took the fight to them. We did not let them set foot in the fort. I mean, yes, they kind of got into the gate here. They kind of got one unit here. This is the farthest they got into the city. They did not manage to get far. And that's one unit. Like, most of his army just got murdered along the walls or outside the walls. I mean, look, the dead bodies over here, and just, just slug of murder. Anyway, our units are being force marched into formation. My allies decided to charge in a bit early before we could support the cavalry with infantry. Patience is key, guys. Patience is key. We should have perhaps waited a little bit longer. Granted, it was keeping him very busy, but waiting a bit longer might have helped. At the same time, I started softening the enemy up with catapults. And I started doing significant amount of damage because, well, anywhere I hit in this, like I was aiming here, right? Anywhere you hit, you're gonna hit something. There's so much area that you can kill. Boom. And then he starts breaking up his formation. His pikemen started dying, and he just decided to go all out offensive because he realized if he stayed defending, we were eventually going to rip him down. Ooh, that was painful. That was very painful. And yep, so it started. He's moving his pikemen into specific guard formation. I have no idea what he was doing over there. I'm trying to kill as much as possible with what I have. I'm bringing forward my armored spears, which are very tired, and this is the problem. We're fighting defensively placed units who have so much ammunition left. I don't know what happened there. They just decided to start moving back. Trying to reinforce this unit, which is exhausted, and give it a little bit more. I was a bit out of range to give the second red ability, which I needed to give it, and charging into the rear of these pikes, trying to damage them as much as we can. Kill the pikes, you win the battle. These guys are exhausted. They're fighting fresh spears, and even though these guys are weaker technically, they're winning because, well, my men are completely exhausted. Giving battle rhythm, and I gave second wind to the Numidian. Oh, I made a mistake. I should give it to the desert cohort because these would have gotten so much more kills. I'm trying to kill the general as fast as I can, but of course not managing. My allies' companion cavalry is just rear charging these peltasts and these Agamak spears and doing significant damage. I'm bringing back my troops. Where are my troops? Why are my troops stuck in here? I told them to all come outside. These guys I wanted to let live for the end. 380 kills. So, just wanted to leave them there for a while. I think we made a mistake here. We should not have attacked before we were all into formation, all in position. Because it was important to make sure that everyone is in position and before we started attacking, because we were risking doing, well, we attacked when we weren't ready, and he was ready, and automatically that puts him in a better position than us. We had just made our units run, they were all exhausted, we were overconfident, we thought we were winning because we had eliminated 2 of the players. But this guy was fresh, this guy barely had used any units, maybe he lost 4 or 5 units onto the walls, and all of us just were tired out, whittled down. I mean, these Taurus swordsmen are still fighting on the wall against our ally. They're getting damaged, yes. They're dying, yes. But, you know. And look at this. I had full ammunition tribal slingers, put them on the wall, and we would have changed the state of the battle. But at this point, we were all getting slightly worried. We're like, oh boy. He's pushing us back. He's holding the line. My general somehow still alive, doing significant damage. But even looking at this now, he was holding us back, but really and truly, he was losing a lot of units. Like, these charges were giving us that little bit of extra oomph, and his units starting to get tired, and once they're tired in the same situation that we were in, they would, oh my god, these guys, 300 kills. My desert cohort is exhausted, but it's charging into the rear of these pikemen and hopefully getting a few kills there. My slingers are getting onto the walls, and my allies, hoplites, are fighting spears. So yeah, overall, we're getting into formation, we're getting into position. My general is still alive. I think my general is still alive at this point, which is miraculous because he's been used so aggressively. Yeah, at this point, I start pulling back slightly because, well, I'm out of troops, and holy shit, he still has ammunition. His missiles, his skirmishing ability is endless. Permagon has impressed the living crap out of me. He has such a good skirmishing ability. Do these guys still have ammunition? No. Why the hell are they on the walls? My tribal slingers are getting formation, and we can start skirmishing them back slightly, if not successfully. I was trying to use the little spilas I have left, and they're doing some damage, but not so much. We whittled down his army, but again, these arrow towers, there you go, they're starting to fire, they're killing them, and they're doing the damage. My ally rear charges with armored spears, which he managed to scrounge up, rally the troops, and fight. These guys are taking lots of fire. I'm bringing out my desert cohort, and they're starting to fight. And I have armored legionnaires still in reserve. You know, still keeping a bit in reserve, because as aggressive as you have to be, I wasn't entirely sure if we would be winning this battle outside. And I was just waiting for the opportunity to... Sorry, apologies. What just happened to me? Well, I was waiting for the opportunity to show my hand, my last card, my last trick up my sleeve. And basically this was it. I'm bringing out my slingers accidentally, I didn't want to do it, but it ended up working in our favor. This blob worked so badly for him, because now every single one of those pebbles, they be hitting. These spikes over here hopefully will be getting... I was waiting for my desert cohort to shoot. I don't know what they were shooting, and they decided to shoot in the wrong direction. I mean, they did do a lot of damage, but I wanted them to kill those pikemen. So my slingers are finally in position. I charge his spikes and then retreat. Hopefully retreat. Yeah, I charge his spikes, but at the same time I'm hitting them in the side with pebbles, and that's enough to do all the damage that we need to do. And finally the spike unit is dying. There's another pike unit over here, which is still very, very healthy. Fortunately, it's breaking my unit of desert cohort, which has been fighting in this location for a while now. And I'm trying to kill his general unit over here in the back. No, I'm not managing very well. Where am I? Yeah, my slingers are up there. They're shooting to their heart's content. They didn't get that many kills. I mean, they're very weak tribal slingers, but they do their job properly. Why aren't you shooting at his spikes? Just kill his spikes. What are his spikes doing? Yeah, he broke my desert cohort. He routed them off the battlefield. And yeah, I finally forced them to attack this unit over here. Oh, he's... Oh, these Taurus are coming outside to fight the pikemen. This was such an intense fight at the end of the battle. The pikemen are slowly breaking. Slowly but surely breaking, and they've shattered, and that's them gone. They fought down to the last man. I charged my last unit of desert cohort into... I was trying to make them charge into the rear of this, but for some reason they decided to follow these guys. They did get attack in the rear for a second or so, but okay, there you go. They charge back in, shake and attack in the rear. If we routed this in my head, that's like, we killed his general, let's just route them off the battlefield. The pikemen are dying, they're all dying, they're all routing off the field, and it's GG. This was such a close battle. We were almost. This is all we had left, right? This is all we had left. Couple of units of Macedone, like 3 units of Macedone, and a very, very heavily depleted army from my end. I still had 1 unit of fresh spears, which did not see any fighting. One singular unit of fresh troops. Now, the game does not end for a while because, well, these guys are taking their sweet ass time to break, so I'm just gonna fast forward the game and see how it goes. Actually, I forgot. We still had some Cretan archers in the rear. Oh my god, what's happening? No, not like. All right, we still had some depleted archers in the back, which could be useful in an end game scenario such as this. But that was GG. This was fantastic game. Really enjoyed it. Just out of this world good. It had been a long time since I had such an exciting battle myself. It just, we took the initiative by charging outside. We controlled the flow of the battle. We held the choke points. It went very well, but at the same time, the enemy knew what they were doing. So let's see the results. Yep, just our end, we got a lot of kills. So, Legend Go got very well. I mean, his noble swords carried his army. Like, they did so much damage. His general did a lot of damage as well. But his spear horsemen, they do not seem they have that damage. Really and truly, they have, because they have disrupted the enemy formation so much. They have kept him busy. They kept him running around. They exhausted enemy troops. It's just fantastic. Outright Class A act. On my end, I got more kills, but that's mostly because I was being very conservative with my troops. I was rear charging. I was attacking where the enemy was weakest. I was making sure that the situation was favorable to me when I am fighting. That is what you need to be looking for when you're fighting in these types of siege battles. If you're fighting 3v3, one of you guys needs to be the guy who's rear charging, who's surrounding the enemy, who's providing support. Because once the enemy is engaged, they can do very little to disengage and face a new threat. And Wardy, my man, fantastic across the board. He held the line. It was his job, but he did it really well. And he still had a significant amount of troops at the end. His general did well. All of our generals did very well. Zojus, dude, your final stand was outstanding. You have scared the living crap out of me at that point. And I was really, 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 really scared that we're going to lose. Because you are holding your line. You were holding your ground. Your troops were never ending. You did really well. Better John Thomas. I have no idea what that name is. Dude, why did you have to leave, buddy? You left the game early and you had so much left. Yeah, we did damage all of this, but you had all of this left. And these are very good units. So I don't know. Towing, dude, never ever charge your units into one choke point again. Like, you lost so much doing that. Because if you spread them out more, you had very good quality units, and you could have, surrounded us and done a lot of damage like that. Otherwise, I mean, your Torok swordsman did really well, even in a really desperate scenario. And I would suggest you get another pike unit, because one pike unit is good, but two is even better. And since the rules allow it, plus your general, you should always get Royal Torok swordsman for your general when playing on Ultra Funds. I understand getting carry and X-Men. They can be very useful in specific scenarios where they have, because the amount of pila they have is very good, and they act almost as another missile unit, but they're a melee unit. But just for next time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been an hour. If you're still here, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate the support. We're trying to reach 150 subs now. This is the next sub goal. If you do like the content, please press like. It helps the channel. Leave a comment if you want to see something. And if you have your own epic games, please send them to me on totalwarbro@gmail.com. And yeah, just tell me what you've been up to. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to, by the way, to the Raiders. Let me find it. I think they have a Discord channel. I'll link it down in the description below. I was playing with them. They're a fantastic group. They're really fun, and basically, that's I got to meet them through Total War. So Total War bringing people together. But yeah, give them a check. Check them out. They have really. They organize tournament battles. They organize specific siege battles and scenarios. They're really good players. Some of them are new. Some of them are experts. Some of them play in professional sieges or battles. So yeah, giving them a shout out because they're really helping me out with the channel. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.